Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BA. In this session I'm going to tell you about two inbuilt functions that we can make use of in data flow activities. Okay, mapping data flow. One is split, another one is collect. Okay, so the purpose of both of these functions are entirely opposite. Okay, so split function is used to split records to multiple records. Okay, and collect will be merging records to lesser number of records. Okay, so the purpose is this. I'm going to show you how they work or how we should be using it in the mapping data flow in this session. Alright, so I have a file like this which is called split.txt. It has columns like the serial number, name and subjects. So I just have a file which contains the subjects handled or subjects enrolled by a particular person. So Azure has enrolled for computers and mathematics, Sachin has enrolled for management and commerce, Ashwin has enrolled for statistics and analytics. Okay, but in real time, right, we can't be loading this particular value into a single column. So we will want to split it, okay, based on the subject. So after splitting, how do I expect this file to be? Yes, I should be having records like one Azure computers, and then again one Azure mathematics, okay, and then two Sachin management, two Sachin and commerce. So like this I should be able to split my records based on the subjects column. So how much ever subjects I have it, I want those many records for this particular person and serial number. Okay, so how to do that first, that is what I'm going to tell you today. And after we have split this, I will tell you how to merge it, okay, so that you get to see about both the ends. Okay, so the first activity that I'm going to show you is this particular split rows pipeline, wherein I have a data flow. I am pointing to my split.txt which I showed you now. So if you data preview it, you will be able to see the records as such. As you can see here, we have three columns, 1, 2, 3 records. So we are going to split this file based on the subjects column. So for that, what we have to use is we have to use a derived column transformation, and I'm just replacing my subjects column by this expression. Okay, so when you look at the expression, it's quite simple. I'm splitting the column based on a delimiter. Okay, as you can see from my file, my subjects column separates the values with the pipe delimiter. Okay, if you have a tab delimiter or comma delimiter, you can mention that particular delimiter in the function. Okay, so basically this split function splits the column into different set of array values based on the delimiter that we are mentioning here. So basically what it does is split a string into an array based on the delimiter. Okay, that's what it is doing. So when I use this particular function and do a data refresh here, right, then we can see multiple records for the same person. So as I expected, for Azure I'll have 2 records, for Sachin I'll have 2 more records, and Ashwin I'll have 2 more records. So that's what I'm expecting. So we'll just do a quick refresh here and look at the data preview, how it looks like. Okay, as you can see here, this was our input and the output is this. So you can see here the input string has been converted into an array. Okay, how you can confirm that is, here the subjects is of type ABC, which is nothing but string, and here it is of type parenthesis, I mean square brackets, which refers to an array. Okay, so array of different subject values. So this is how we have to use the split function. After I have used the split function, I'm going to use one more transformation, which is nothing but my flatten transformation. So at the end of this derived column, if you look at the data preview, right, you will not have the complete set of output that we are expecting. So it is going to be an array, because split function is giving us the output in array format. Okay, it's not what we expected. So we have to use one more transformation, which is nothing but flatten transformation, wherein we'll have to choose the subject column in unroll by section so that it unrolls my array based on the subjects. Okay, so I have to disintegrate, or I have to split my input file based on the subject array. So that's why I'm choosing subjects in the unroll by column. So after I have chosen this and I'm going to the data preview and do a refresh, this is what is going to yield the results that we were expecting. Okay, so initially there were string based input wherein we had multiple subjects in one single string. It was converted into an array in the second step using split function, and it is flattened again using the flatten transformation here. So at the end of this step we should be arriving at the results that we were expecting. Okay, so here is the results that we were expecting. For Azure 2 lines and Sachin 2 lines and Ashwin 2 lines, and subjects are split according to the condition that we gave, okay, according to the pipe delimiter. So this is what is going to be written directly into a sync. So I am writing into a CSV file. Okay, this is one half of our discussion. Another half is nothing but once we have split our records based on the delimiter, I want to again merge it for some sort of requirement, right? So how do I do that? I'll show you now. So we have to be using an aggregate function for it. Okay, so we have a source which points to the split records. Okay, I have a file of persons with split records based on the subject. So however we expected, right, we are going to point to the split function, split file like this. So this is how we are going to pass on the input to the second data factory, pipeline. Okay, so for this particular source will be pointing to the split file. Okay, after we make it point to the split file, we have to use an aggregate function. Okay, inside the aggregate function we should be using the group by column. We should be grouping our input based on two columns. One is my serial number, another is my name. Okay, so for this combination I want to do a merge. Okay, so after I do a merge for this particular records, how it will be arriving again as Azure, and it will be coming as computers, mathematics. So this is how it is going to come. Okay, but how does it come? As we want to use an aggregate function wherein you will be mentioning the columns based on, or group by columns based on what columns you need to group by the records. Okay, so I am choosing two columns, serial number and name, and in the aggregates option you have to mention what is the column based on which you want to do the aggregate. Okay, we are just doing a roll up, right? So we have to choose based on which column we need to do that roll up or the group by. Okay, so under subjects column you will have to use this particular function, which is nothing but collect of subjects. So this collect function is not available in derived column transformation editor. It is only available in certain transformations like aggregate function, pivot, unpivot, as you can see in the description. Okay, so if you try to use this particular column or this particular function in the derived column transformation editor, you can't use it. Okay, it's restricted to certain number of transformations. Alright, so we just have to mention based on what columns we need to do the merging or the grouping. Okay, I just mentioned subject and then I finish it off. Okay, after I do it, do the aggregation, I can directly write my results to the text file or CSV file. Okay, wherein you will be having a merged records. Okay, so right now I am going to run my split pipeline first. After that I am going to run my merge pipeline. Pipeline execution is done. When I go to my container and do a refresh, I get the latest file, which is nothing but splitfile.txt. When I have a look at it, right, the records would have been broken by the subject. Okay, serial number, name, subject. So for each person I am having a two number of records. Okay, so I am going to run my other pipeline now, which will be doing the merge for me. Okay, so this merge pipeline will be pointing to the same file that we have generated from the first pipeline. So this is going to be the input for the second pipeline, and it's going to do a merge. Okay, first we split the records, then we are going to do a merge. So let us see how it looks like. this pipeline is also done. So when we look at the data preview, right, so we can see the merged records just like how it was before. Okay, it is an array of subjects. Okay, so I go to my container, do a refresh. So we have the file called again merged.csv. So this should be having the records grouped by the subject column. Okay, this is what I wanted to share today based on what I came across recently. Okay, so these two functions, if you have anything to do with splitting or merging, just have a look at these functions, which is very useful. Thanks a lot for watching my video. If you haven't subscribed, I request you to subscribe. Thank you.